This is your NBC station, 13 WREX.
You're watching Rockford's news leader, 13 WREX, live from Rockford. This is 13 News at 6.
City of Rockford gets ready for real winter weather, possibly moving into the area. Good evening and welcome to 13 News at 6. I'm Heather Brick.
And I'm Eric Wilson. We'll get to those details in just a minute. But first, looks like the 60-degree winter weather is over and some serious snow, even ice, could be headed our way.
And to find out when to expect the winter weather, we head over to one man in the 13 News Weather Center. He would be our chief meteorologist, Nate Higgins. Hi, Nate.
Very, very powerful storm that's going on throughout the southwest United States right now. And if you may have noticed, we did get close to 60 degrees this weekend. And when you have something that powerful making its way, and you know that the other side of it can be just as powerful, and that's what it looks like is going to happen as we look at the snow ice graphic. This is kind of interesting because the ice line is actually really close to us, and that's going to be a huge player because when you have a sleet or freezing rain in the mix, that can really rob from your snow totals, and it's very close to the Rockford area. As a matter of fact, I think the icy conditions will extend into parts of Whiteside County, Lee County, even Ogle County and DeKalb County as we head through tomorrow. We have a winter storm watch in effect for the entire area south of the Wisconsin state line. That starts tomorrow afternoon and goes through Thursday, and that just means that conditions are pretty favorable for a pretty big event. Hazardous winter weather is expected within 12 to 36 hours, including heavy snow, freezing rain, or sleet. And the kicker is some of that sleet and freezing rain could actually accumulate. And the areas where I think that'll happen is especially off to the south as we head through Whiteside, Ogle, DeKalb, and Lee counties. For the rest of us, we're looking at anywhere from 6 to 10 inches of snow to enter our area. As I mentioned earlier, this is the track of this storm, and what actually falls out of the sky is going to be huge. And what goes on, and as we go deeper and deeper into time, the actual event will become more clear. I'll let you know what I'm thinking coming up in just a little while. Heather and Eric?
And as you can imagine, the last time it snowed in Rockford, there were several major accidents. Sometimes drivers aren't completely prepared for the weather.
But the city of Rockford and Winnebago County have to be. 13 News reporter Danny Maxwell joins us now with more. Danny?
You guys are absolutely right. The city and the county both track the weather in case of severe storms, especially in the winter when the roads can become very dangerous. Now, even though we might not get any snow until tomorrow or the next day, they started getting ready for this morning. A change in the weather can change your whole day, mostly because of how much it affects the roads.
We have a consulting meteorologist that gives us reports twice a day at 5 a.m. in the morning, at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and updates if any changes take place.
We can have a snowstorm move on us at a rather quick pace, and of course it can be accompanied by high winds, and you're going to experience the drifting. So we feel for the public safety that we need be prepared for that.
Public Works started getting their trucks ready this morning, filling them with salt and checking them over. Now, if it were to start snowing, they'd have about 25 of these trucks out on the roads. What they're really worried about, though, is freezing rain. And so they soaked the salt in calcium chloride, which makes it even easier to drive on the wet roads.
Freezing rain is most difficult to address in those kind of situations. If you don't need to drive, then you shouldn't.
The Winnebago County Emergency Services prepares as well, although they won't have much to do unless major amounts of snow fall.
We would deploy our four-wheel drive vehicles, our volunteers throughout the county that would bring essential people into work, for instance, doctors, nurses.
They have volunteers ready in case of power outages or stranded motorists.
If and when a situation of that nature arises, we will be patrolling, looking for stranded motorists. That's a number one priority.
A couple of things you can do to prepare: fill your gas tank, put a blanket and a flashlight in your car, and be prepared to drive a little bit slower tomorrow. Eric?
All right, Danny, thanks for the advice. A new plan could give low-income seniors in the land of Lincoln more access to pricey prescription drugs. The federal government will send $100 million to Illinois next year to help struggling seniors. The program, called Senior WREX, would cover couples earning less than $23,230 a year, but some experts say it may limit others who need the help.
Very low-income people may qualify for Medicaid, but yet the people who have a little bit more money, but yet still may have very high prescription costs each month, are struggling to find ways to pay for those medications.
There are many programs already in place to help seniors pay for prescriptions. To find out about some of them, call the Northwestern Illinois Area Agency on Aging, 226-4901. Despite a drop in donations, a local organization still managed to raise more than $6 million last year. United Way of Rock River Valley announces it raised nearly $6.3 million. That's 2.5% less than the money raised in 2000. But United Way campaign organizers say it's still a cause for celebration.
To celebrate that we were able to offer valuable services to those in need. To celebrate each and every one of you, our supporters, who make it all possible.
Donations made to United Way support 52 local agencies that help children, families, and people with disabilities.
Another local organization enjoying some success, the Northern Illinois Blood Bank. Today, the blood bank took in 132 donations. That adds up to 240 for the week. The bank needs 750 by Friday to meet its weekly goal. To make a donation, stop by the bank at 419 North 6th Street or give them a call 965-8751 to make an appointment. And if you can't make it to the Northern Illinois Blood Bank this week, there is another way you can help out. 13 WREX is teaming up with the Blood Bank for our annual blood drive. The Blood Mobile will stop by Crimson Ridge this Friday from 9 in the morning until 2.
The nation gets ready for the State of the Union address, and state liners say they want to hear about the war on terrorism, the economy, Social Security, and the Enron scandal. That State of the Union address starts in about 2 hours right here on Rockford's News Leader. We'll have some local reaction to the speech tonight on 13 News 10 at 10. Also coming up on 13 News at 10, find out which of your favorite Hollywood stars will compete for this year's Screen Actors Guild Awards, and a new health study finds that miscarriages could be caused by your genetic makeup. Join us for these stories and more tonight on 13 News.
In 10 days, we will be watching as Americans go for the gold in Salt Lake City. But sports director Mike Garrigan joins us with the story of a Forest City figure skater whose golden moment may yet be on the horizon. This is just the beginning of our Olympic coverage, which the Olympics, of course, can be seen right here on 13 WREX TV starting on February 8th. Here's Mike Garrigan with more. Hi, Mike.
Well, hello, Heather. And yes, you mentioned before, in today's Bringing the Olympics Home segment, I bring you the story of figure skater Melissa Lind, who has figured through some hard choices while still making her work on the ice look so easy. In order to compete on a world stage, you have to first complete some vigorous training. Melissa Lind has made the sacrifices, and the results are starting to show. The Boylan sophomore is a 7-time United States figure skating medalist, and this fall Lind became Rockford's first female sectional qualifier since 1993.
It was really nice to be around a lot of upper level skaters. I learned a lot, even though I didn't skate as well as I could have. It was a learning experience, and I know that I'll have to go back next year and do much better.
This was her first year making it to the Eastern Sectionals. She did a nice job. She learned a lot of things at this competition. She's going to hold back in the junior ladies division again to see if she can repeat that performance, if not improve it to go on to the next level at nationals.
Lind has ranked among the top 40 female junior level skaters in the country. An impressive feat when you consider Melissa is a member of the Boylan Palm team and also the Titan track team, earning all conference honors as a freshman last year. Lind trained in Cleveland while doing correspondence work at Lutheran Middle School, but she's opted against leaving Boylan High School when the same opportunity arrived this year.
I wanted to be a normal teenager and go to school, and I am on track and Palms, and so I just wanted to get the whole experience of life.
Melissa started in the Rockford Park District's Learn to Skate program at the age of 4. 1 year later, she began her association with local coach David Kinzer, and this decade-long relationship is still going strong.
He's like my dad at ice skating. It's just every single day, it's always David, and we have a special bond, and it's so nice to just have someone that I know and am acquainted with. And he pushes me, and I'm comfortable with him, and so it's a good relationship.
And Melissa tells me she can learn some techniques from watching the Olympic figure skating on TV. She'll also be cheering hard for U.S. male figure skater Michael Weiss. Lind met Weiss while performing at sectionals this fall. Eric and Heather?
All right, thanks, Mike. And Melissa, of course, will be watching Michael Weiss and the rest of the Olympic Games right here on your home for the Winter Games, 13 WREX TV.
Yeah, it all starts with the opening ceremonies Friday, February 8th, and then the coverage continues right through closing ceremonies, which happen February 24th. Coming up on 13 News at 6, we'll explain why the U.S. isn't the only nation struggling with economic issues.
And her name is synonymous with losing weight, but one diet queen gets out of the business. But first, you're watching 13 News, Rockford's news leader.
Winter has officially arrived, and you know what that means. It's cold. Beat the cold and shop at home. Beloit Ford Lincoln Mercury makes it easy. Just email us with the vehicle you're looking for, and within an hour, we'll get back to you with prices and pictures of the vehicle right here on our lots. We're offering huge savings on all of our demos. Take your pick of a 2001 Mustang GT convertible or a 2000 Lincoln Town Car Signature for only $24,995. Nobody will beat our prices. Nobody.
Buying the wrong furnace can leave you out in the cold. Next time, get an Amana and forget it. Yes, Amana. With superior energy efficiency ratings and a lifetime warranty on crucial parts like this patented stainless steel heat exchanger, an Amana furnace is built to last. So, when the weather on the outside is the last thing you want on the inside, get an Amana and forget it. Amana, a higher standard of comfort.
Buy the right furnace, Amana, exclusively from the Richard J. Bowers Company.
Aha, a label-conscious lass. She likes the mattress and yet has doubts. But why? A mattress isn't a status symbol, so why buy one because of its label? What matters is that it's well-made, has a good warranty, and is priced right. Denver Mattress makes their own mattresses, so you get brand-name quality and save up to 50%. Besides, once you slip on a set of designer sheets, it's not about a label. It's about comfort. Denver Mattress. More mattress, less money. No kidding.
You've heard of Cookie's barbecue sauces, but I'll bet you didn't know we make a salsa that's out of this world. Cookie's Premium Salsa, winner of the National Barbecue Association Salsa Competition, and named Best Salsa on the Planet at the American Royal Barbecue Contest in Kansas City. Taste my secret blend of spices in our thick, zesty salsa for yourself today. Once you do, you'll say, you know, maybe those experts are onto something. Cookie's Premium Salsa, the award-winning salsa America loves to eat.
Spread your wings on the internet. Get connected to WREX.com.
As the U.S. continues to struggle with a bruised economy, there's news another nation is also headed for economic trouble. Japan is where we begin tonight's Covering Your World. Japan's unemployment rate reached 5.6% in December, a record high. In fact, a new high has been set nearly every month since July. Almost 400,000 jobs were cut in September, a sign that the Japanese recession is getting worse. There's a new leader to pick up the pieces of the shattered Enron. Stephen Cooper was named interim CEO of the company, replacing Ken Lay. Cooper is a reorganization specialist with the task of sorting out the biggest bankruptcy in U.S. history. He takes over less than a week after company founder Ken Lay resigned. Another member of the Bush family runs into trouble with the law. This time it's Florida Governor Jeb Bush's daughter, Noelle. The 24-year-old is charged with prescription drug fraud. Police say she was busted at a pharmacy drive-through window trying to buy the drug Xanax. Governor Bush and his wife released a statement saying they're deeply saddened by this incident. Jenny Craig has helped out thousands of people drop a few extra pounds. Now she's dropping her company. Craig and her husband Sid started the weight management company in 1983. Now they're selling to a private investment group for $115 million. The Craigs will still own part of the business, but won't be involved in management. Eric?
Heather, some kids involved in a local after-school program get a hands-on science lesson. Students enrolled in the 21st Century after-school program are learning all about hot air. Today, kids built mini hot air balloons made out of tissue paper. It's part of a weather unit teaching kids that hot air rises. The end of the unit is where the real fun comes in. Kids will take a ride in real hot air balloons. Well, for your own weather lesson, we head over to Chief Meteorologist Nate Higgins, and that's not just a bunch of hot air. Some nasty weather changes coming our way. Nate?
Looks like we have a pretty significant storm making its way through our area, and finally we have one of the ingredients coming into play. That would be temperatures. We got up to 33 today, but that was very early this morning, bottomed out around 28. We haven't had any snowfall yet, and it's probably going to be about 24 hours before we get some significant stuff, but then things change. We'll spell it all out next.
Dateline NBC. Breaking news, amazing survivor stories, hidden camera investigations, and Court TV exclusives. Unforgettable stories, real people with Jane Pauley and Stone Phillips. Dateline, all new episodes on NBC.
Insight Communications wants you to try Insight Digital risk-free. Call today for free installation, plus you get your second TV hooked up for 50% off when you purchase Insight Digital Gateway, and you'll receive 50% off Showtime Unlimited each month for 3 months. There's no new equipment to buy. All the spectacular home entertainment is available to you right now. With hundreds of movies each month, up to 170 channels on-demand TV, an interactive program guide and local source, everyone in your family will enjoy Insight Digital.
He's been called a man of integrity and strength, and one of the most effective attorneys general in the state's history, with a record that includes new laws on violence against women and children, the most aggressive school safety legislation in the nation, victories for taxpayers, and better health care. As governor, he'll fight for better schools, stronger and safer neighborhoods, dynamic new jobs, and he'll bring fiscal discipline and accountability to Springfield. Integrity, leadership, results. Jim Ryan for governor.
You sure this is gonna work?
We do this all the time.
Come on, let's go. I got him. It's cold. Freezing. Good. If you ever have another one, you're gonna need it. I'm getting hot.
Eat a Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich seasoned with our own blend of pepper and spices, and you get a spicy hit that makes you feel warm all over. Perfect for that low-budget winter vacation.
Sunblock?
Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich. When you're hot, you're hot. Remember, Wendy's pickup windows open late so you can eat great even late.
It's time to get out of the cold. Imagine hundreds and hundreds of new and used cars, trucks, and vans all inside the old Kohl's at McChesney Park Mall. It's the Rock River Blocks giant winter clearance event going on now through Monday. It's car buying made easy. Enormous selection, huge savings, and it's all inside. Check out finance rates like 0% and rebates of $2,500 on select new vehicles. We even have credit repair specialists on site. But it won't last long. It's the Rock River Blocks giant winter clearance inside the old Kohl's at McChesney Park Mall through Monday only. Don't miss it.
You're watching 13 WREX, winner of 2 Silver Dome Awards for excellence in broadcasting.
Not necessarily tonight, and not necessarily for most of the day tomorrow are things going to be too interesting, but then after that things change in a big hurry, and this is kind of an overall pattern of what I think might happen as we head towards tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow night. We've got a pretty good chance of some icy precip in the form of freezing rain, sleet, things like that falling to the south of our area, but does include the southern sections of our area. And then up to that, to the north of that, it looks like it's going to be an all-snow event. Very dangerous, though, if you're looking at situations driving around, especially in ice. We have a winter storm watch in effect from basically tomorrow afternoon through Thursday, and that just means that conditions are favorable for some significant winter weather. Remember a couple weeks ago, I think it was 2 Wednesdays ago, we had winter weather advisory, and that just meant like 1 to 3 inches, no big deal. We ended up getting that. Now it's a little bit bigger of a storm that's going to be making its way through, and it's possible in the next 12 to 36 hours, closer to the 24 to 36 hour time frame is when the action really starts. Heavy snow is more than likely going to happen, and freezing rain and sleet, and some of that it could accumulate, especially farther to the south, and that means we could have problems with driving, obviously, on any kind of, no matter what kind of car you have, if you have ice. It's all about the driver. All about the driver. Another problem we could have is if we have ice accumulating on the trees, that's going to snap a lot of limbs, so then you have power outages, so it could be a big, big mess, but I think most of that stuff is going to stay to the south, where it's still a little bit warmer down there. DeKalb 30 and Rochelle also at 30, 29 in Sterling. Andrew says he's got a few slick spots out there, and that's going to be the case all the way through the next several days. 27 for Freeport, 25 up in Monroe, and Caledonia sitting at 27. Here in Rockford, we haven't really changed much. We're still sitting at around 29 with cloudy skies. Humidity pretty high at 89%. So we actually still could have a little bit of fog out there later on tonight. 26 is our dew point. Our wind's still out of the northeast at 10. And the pressure rising for now, but it will be dropping as we head closer and closer to tomorrow night. 27 for the evening temperature, so not going to fall too much. And we'll still have a little bit of light drizzle, flurries, very light precip through the evening hours and much of tonight. Here's what it looks like on the radar. It looks really messy. The heaviest stuff way to the south of us, and a lot of the stuff that you see coming over our area is not even hitting the ground. It's so thin and so light. But notice the color change. It's flipping back between sleet and rain and snow. It's just going back and forth because all that critical line of where the stuff changes over is really close to it. It's going to be very close to us for the next couple of days. Here's what it looks like. You can see it continues to move in from the southwest. This is not going to change. More to come from the deserts of the southwest as we head through the week. Futurecast spells it out like this. We have that front that came through a couple days ago, basically stopped, and we have a couple of storm systems developing to the south of that, and that's going to start to work some of this stuff in here. As we head into Wednesday night and into Thursday, that's where the main action is going to fall. Throughout the day tomorrow, maybe a 1 inch or 2 inch, not a big deal during the day. But then as we head towards the nighttime hours, that's when the storm gets a little bit closer to us, pulls into southern Missouri, and really starts to crank things up. and it'll continue to move towards us and then away from us as we head through Thursday, so that chance of snow continues through. But notice how close that rain-snow line is. It just kind of flops around, and that's scary because it could have a big impact on how much we actually get. Eventually, the storm system, as we head towards Friday, will pull away. Some possible, and I just want to stress this, possible totals out of this as we head towards tonight. Nothing. As we head towards tomorrow morning, nothing. But then as we head through the day, I think Futurecast's a little quick on this, wanting to bring into snow totals that much that soon by tomorrow at 7. A little bit less than this, but as we head through the overnight hours, some of these numbers could not be out of the question. Approaching 10 inches in Sterling and nearly a foot in Moline. We'll have to see. It did a good job with it last time. It nailed it last time, but we'll just have to see. But it puts us at 7.2 here in the Rockford area. 25 degrees for the overnight low. Northeast winds at 10 to 15. And we'll still have the light snow around, but still a few slick spots. We do have a winter storm watch starting in effect tomorrow afternoon. The snow will progressively get heavier as we head throughout the day, as we make it up to a high of only around 29. And I think for the whole event, which I think will last through the last half of tomorrow through Thursday, 6 to 10 inches will not be out of the question. You remember the last time we had snow, a lot of people only just got 1 or 2 inches. And then up to near Rockton and Roscoe, they had that batch of 6.
Right.
Yeah, there were some pockets that got quite a bit last time.
There's going to be another little pocket like that. Those things are virtually impossible to see. But another thing that this one throws into the mix is that potential of ice accumulations, which nightmare city.
And if you can't tell right now, this will be a natural high for any weatherman.
Oh yeah,
you live for this stuff.
It's exciting, but it's extremely difficult, especially when you have that ice line in the mix, which is not normal for up here.
As long as we're armed with your info, we'll be all right.
Yeah. More to come.
All right, thanks, Nate.
Sure.
Speaking of more to come, Rockford's the home to this week's United States Tennis Association's tour stop, and the Illinois basketball team looks for its first Big Ten road win of the season.
Mike Garrigan joins us with more on both stories, plus word on a White Sox trade. Hi, Mike.
Well, hello, Heather, and yes, a team near and dear to your heart. The Sox deal a reliable starting player for a whole lot of potential. I'll tell you which White Sox player is Baltimore bound, coming up next in sports.
If you build one of the most dependable automobiles in America, add features like sporty alloy wheels, CD player, a remote entry system, power moonroof, and offer it at a very unexpected price, there's no telling how far people will go to see it. The Accord Special Edition from Honda.
For a limited time, get special APR financing as low as 2.9% for 36 months on new Accords.
For all voters in Illinois, there's an important choice for governor in the primary elections, with a big difference on a major issue: abortion. Both Jim Ryan and Patrick O'Malley oppose abortion, even in the cases of rape and incest. That's too extreme. Corrine Wood believes abortion should be an issue between a woman and her doctor. So if you want Illinois to have a pro-choice governor, take a Republican ballot in the upcoming primary and vote Corine Wood for governor, because it's your choice.
Choosing a school for your child, only the Rockford Public Schools offer neighborhood elementary schools and district-wide choice, all-day and half-day kindergarten, specialized magnet, gifted, and arts education programs, before and after-school child care, free transportation for qualifying students, 19 sports and many after-school programs, and no tuition costs. Call 967-8070 or visit rps205.com for more information. Save the costly, expensive tuition. Enroll your child in a Rockford Public School. Early registration runs through January 31st.
There's a place where you don't have to drop a lot of cash to get a lot of steak. It's got to be Applebee's. Applebee's sirloin skillets are back. Choose from 4 skillets like our bold pepper steak seasoned with cracked peppercorns, or the smothered steak with fresh mushrooms, onions, and mozzarella. For sirloin skillets, it's got to be Applebee's.
Spread your wings on the internet. Get connected to WREX.com.
Good evening. With a core of young center fielders like Aaron Rowan, Brian Simmons, and Joe Borchert waiting in the wings, it made the Sox current center fielder Chris Singleton expendable. And I guess today you could say Singleton expended. Singleton will be hitting his singles for Baltimore after the Sox traded Chris to the Orioles for minor league second base prospect Willie Harris. Singleton hit .283 with 35 homers, 175 RBIs over the last 3 years. Harris was a September call-up for the Birds, batting 3 for 24 with 2 of his 3 hits off Yankee ace Mike Mussina. From the trading of players to the trading of ground strokes, we reach the main draw of the $25,000 Rockford Challenger. 2 qualifiers trying to get into that field of 32. including 16-year-old phenom Ashley Harkle-Rode, the American, in a great match with Russian racket woman Anna Bastrikova. Bastrikova in the near court will pull out the 7-6, 7-6 victory. Both girls, though, end up qualifying for the single elimination main draw. That main draw began today, and they will continue to work their way down to Sunday's championship match. In their last game, the Illinois basketball team suffered their most lopsided loss since 1991. It was a 31-point setback to Big Ten co-leading Indiana. Tonight, the Illinois Fighting Illini look for better fortunes as they take the road against the other conference co-leader. So far, no good. 17-12 is the early score there. Demir Krupalia, the Boylan alum, with 2 free throws in this one. We'll have highlights of this coming up at 10.
Still early, so don't be upset by that score.
Plenty of time.
All right, thanks, Mike.
Stay here. We'll be right back. But first, here's your NBC primetime lineup.
Get great savings during the winter price freeze at Tom Peck Ford in Clinton, Wisconsin. All new and pre-driven cars, trucks, and vans are marked down for a limited time only.
Drive home a new 2002 F-150 4x4 loaded with options for only $23,995. And it's the last chance to save on remaining conversion vans, all marked down for quick sale.
Don't get left out in the cold. Warm up to the great deals at Tom Peck Ford.
All 543 and Highway 140 in Clinton, Wisconsin.
American's Bedding Store is the place to shop for a new mattress. Here's why. At American For Your Home, we shop the other mattress stores for you. Pretty nice, huh? We guarantee you the low market price on the mattress you want. We have the largest selection of Sealy mattresses in the state. We have all our Sealys on sale. And our Posturepedic and Complete Comfort mattresses include a free bed frame and no money down, no payments, no interest till May.
American For Your Home.
The brain basically has 2 sides. The right side, which is the pizza side, or the left side, which is the sandwich side. Thanks to the revolutionary new Pizzone from Pizza Hut, the conflict between the 2 sides is over. Finito. No mas. Because the Pizzone is the pizza you eat like a sandwich. It's mozzarella cheese and tantalizing toppings. Sandwich calzone style. 51 cubic inches of perfection. So big, we dare you to eat it alone. $5.99 or have a Pizzone party. 2 for $10.99. The Pizzone revolution. Only at Pizza Hut. Join us.
Sewing is fun at Zoltan Sewing Center. Remember trying to thread a serger? It's like standing on your head. Baby Lock listened to us. And finally, they have eliminated all of our problem. You just press a lever and threading is done. No more tension, no more headache. Baby Lock makes sewing a pleasure from start to finish. Want to see it again? Just press the lever and threading automatically. No more wasted time. You have to see to believe it. Thread in your old headache today at Zoltan Sewing Center, 3809 East State Street in Rockford.
Okay, everybody's been wondering, how's that snow coming?
You guys still want me to talk?
Yeah.
Please do.
Okay.
I know you took up a lot of time before, but
Sorry.
keep going.
Your voice is enchanting.
Yes, it's about to be lost too. Let's look at the extended. I think that this whole deal, 6 to 10 inches. I think the bulk of it will occur tomorrow night, afternoon tomorrow, and then into Thursday. But it'll be slick between now and then in a few spots because we're going to be below freezing. And we still have that little mist, flurry stuff flying around.
And the tricky part you said was the ice.
That ice line is going to be huge where it goes.
All right, Wheel of Fortune's coming your way next. Have a great night.
See you back here at 10 o'clock. Stay safe.